Hi everyone, welcome back to Jinta's Malayalam classes. So let's go to second day in Kerala. So today we are dealing with the question words and demonstrative pronouns. So it will help you to make some basic questions and some basic sentences. Okay, so let's begin. Question words. So here there are the main question words. So first let us learn the Malayalam words of these question words, and after that we will frame some basic Malayalam questions. Okay. So first one, what? In Malayalam we say yendu. Okay, yendu for what? And which means edu. Okay, so it is a little longer. Edu, not edu, but edu. And for where we say every day. Okay, every day. And for when we say eppol. Okay, eppol. For why, there are two words in Malayalam. So first one is endukondu, and that is the mainly accepted one, and the other one is endinu. Okay. Okay, so you may be having a confusion where to use endukondu and where to use endinu. So regarding this, we will discuss later about the detail explanation I will give you later. So the main word for why, or maybe the mostly the commonly accepted word for why is endukondu, and the endinu, the exact literal translation is not why but for what. So in certain situations we are asking for what is the reason. So in that case we are using endinu instead of endukondu. Instead of endukondu we will be using endinu. So for giving you more clarity, we will discuss more examples later. So just keep in mind that there are two words, endukondu and endinu. Okay. And for who, we say are. Okay, who means are. The next one is whose, arude. Okay, then next one, whom, ark. Okay, to whom you are giving this, or maybe in that situation. Okay, ark. Okay, then next one, how. How means engane. Engane. So sometimes you may confuse it with the pronunciation. So it is not engane but engane. So the nasal sound. So make the sound softer. So not the ga sound but nga sound. So engane. So that would be the pronunciation. Engane. The next one, how many and how much. So yeah, of course there are words like etra matram and etra ennam, but just for giving you a simple idea, learn a simple word for both of these. Okay, just etra, that's enough. Okay, so etra ennam and etra matram, or etra neelam, etra long. Okay, so there are so many other words with how many, how much, how long, how far. But for all these variations, you can keep in mind the basic word etra, and the other nouns or maybe the other additions will be added according to the requirements. Okay, so those we will discuss, as I said, when we discuss the detail, or maybe when we deal with much examples, I will explain about those things. Okay, so for how many, how much, how long, how far, for all those type of question words, you can keep in mind the keyword etra, and the other one will be added according to the requirements. Okay, the next one is the demonstrative pronouns like this, that, these and those. Okay, for this we say either. And for that we say other. So there I can give you a small tip also. The things, the objects that are near to us, we say either, and the objects that are away from us, we say other. Okay, so normally for demonstrating the material object, we use other and either. And this is very easy. So E sound and R sound, you can keep in mind the sound like E sound and R sound. The things which are near to us, we can connect with E sound, and which are away from us, we can connect with R sound. Okay, either and other. Okay, then these and those, the plural forms. These means iva. Those means ava. So that is also the same as I said, the E sound and R sound. The things which are near to us, iva, and the things which are away from us, ava. Clear? Okay, so now we are going to form some basic questions and sentences by using the question words and the demonstrative pronouns. So for that, we need the help of these two words. Hope you remember these two words, Venam and Ana. So this we studied in the last class. Okay. So with the help of these words, we are forming some basic questions first. Okay, so these are some basic questions which we are going to translate, or maybe which we are going to form in Malayalam. Okay, so the first one, what is it? So the word for what we learned, what is the word? Enth. Okay. And for it we learned, what is it? Either. And for is, am, are, the substituting word will be ana. Okay. So, endha, ana, either, I mean, that doesn't sound any meaning. So, the proper order will be either, endana. So, in Malayalam, always we keep the verb form at the end of the sentence. So, I think in all the Indian languages, that would be the system. At the end of the sentence, whether it is sentence or questions or whatever it is, at the end of the sentence, we add the verb. So the verb is, of course, the action to be. So that is the verb here. So ana will be at the end. And the subject will be always in the beginning. So in English, of course, when there is a statement, we keep the subject in the beginning. But when there is a question, normally we keep the question word or the auxiliary verbs in the beginning. But in Malayalam or maybe the other Indian languages, normally I think, yeah, that is the same in all other Indian languages. We keep the subject in the beginning. So we can keep the subject. Subject is either. Then the question word. Okay, so either, എന്ത് ആണ്. Okay, so this എന്ത് ആണ് can be connected together and we can form a new, joined version. എന്താണ്. Okay, so it will be ഇത് എന്താണ്. So what is it? ഇത് എന്താണ്. So when you go to some place or maybe some home or maybe some shops, so you want to ask what is it? Okay, so you can ask ഇത് എന്താണ്. So this is how you form the question. So keep in mind the order. Always the verb is at the end and the subject in the beginning. So then rest of the things you can keep accordingly. Okay, so what is it in Malayalam? Either endana. The next one, what do you want? So what do you want will be a formal question, but as I said, we are not dealing with the formal way of speaking, just the casual way, the spoken Malayalam. So we are not going to the grammatical part, but from here, so just leave the you. Okay, it's not going with the you. The pronouns we will learn later. So what? Again, the same. Enth. And want, of course, we learned Venam. Yeah, the same way, Endu Venam. So, in this case, of course, we are not keeping the subject here because we are asking the question to the person. I mean, to you only, we are asking the question. So, in the case of casual conversation, the subject is not necessary. We can ask Endu Venam. So, simply, we can ask Endu Venam. Okay, so no need of asking Ninakku Endu Venam. Of course, if you are adding the accusative form will be Ninakku, that we will learn later. So if you are adding the subject, that has to be added in the beginning. Okay, but in the case of casual conversation, it is okay. In the Venam. So what do you want? So when you go somewhere, or maybe suppose when you enter a place, probably the people will be asking you, what do you want? Endu Venam. So Endu Venam, if there is a question like Endu Venam, of course, remember the first class, you can say, what do you want? Okay, I want this or I want that. So you can say, coffee venam, or maybe book venam, or apple venam. So whatever it is, you can answer accordingly. Okay, so next question, who is that? Okay, so here, of course, we remember the word who, are. And for the word that is other. Of course, it means either, that means other. And for the is, or maybe are or am, for that we use the word ana. Now we can arrange the words in a proper order. So the subject, other. Other. Then, as I said before, just join together. Are, ana will be arana. Okay, Adu, Arana. So instead of Are, Ana, we join together the two words and say Arana. Adu, Arana. Who is that? Okay, got it? Then the next one is how much or how many do you want? Okay, so here that's what I told. In this case, you can use the same word, Yatra. So the word for how many and how much, you can use the same word, Yatra. So no need of keeping Yatra Matram or Yatra Adigam. Simply, you can, in the case of casual conversation, you can keep the word Yatra. Yatra and, of course, want. What is that? Venam. Okay, so Etra Venam. So no need of making any arrangements because we are not adding the subject here, because directly asking to the person. So it is subject is not necessary to add in the casual conversation. But of course, if you are writing like a formal conversation, you need to add you, like Ninakku. Then it must be in the beginning. As I said, subject will be in the beginning. But in the case of casual conversation, if you are directly speaking to the second person, it is not necessary. You can keep like, you can directly ask like Etra Venam. Okay, suppose Etra Venam means suppose you are just sitting here for just to maybe waiting for the money from someone, and probably the people are asking Etra Venam. Okay, how much do you want? How much? Or maybe suppose you are waiting for the food and they are serving, and probably they will be asking Etra Venam. So how much you want? Okay, so in that cases, you can expect this question. And of course, when you expect a question with Venam, of course, you can also answer as we learned in the previous class. Okay, hope these things are clear. So there are some sentences. So just now we completed the question form, how to form a questions in Malayalam. So those are the examples. So you can apply the same methods in the other questions and other requirements as well. And now we are dealing with the sentences. Okay, so there is a sentence like, this is a bag, that is a car, these are bags, those are cars. So the first one, this is a bag. So how do we translate into Malayalam? For this we use the word either. And of course, you can keep the same word bag. because of course there's a Malayalam word like Sanji, so that we are not dealing with now. Normally in the casual conversation we are using bag only. In the normal conversation nowadays, people they don't use the Malayalam word for this. They use normally bag only. So you can also use the same word, bag. Okay. Then either bag, then the is aanu. And there is one thing is missing here, a. Okay, for this article we use in Malayalam oru. The word will be oru. Suppose if it is a, you can connect with oru. So this will be the word which is matching to a, the article a or an. If it is a or maybe an, you can use the word oru. Okay. But it doesn't mean that it is connected to the number 1. So that is different. So this is in the case of article we use oru. So either oru bag aanu. This is a bag means either oru bag aanu. Okay. And how do we make this one? That is a car. So instead of this we use that and either, and here we use other. And for this one, of course, the same thing, oru, other, oru, then same word, car, then aanu. Other, oru, car, aanu. Of course, in Malayalam we use the same word, car. Okay. So, either oru bag aanu. This is a bag, and other oru car aanu. That is a car. And maybe alternatively we can use some other. Okay, this is a chair, or maybe either oru chair aanu, allengil idu oru kasarayanu. Okay, whatever it is. So that is a table. Adu oru table aanu, allengil adu oru mesha aanu. So in that way you can make some alternative examples with this. Then the plural forms. These are bags. So these, of course, we learned the word iva. Okay, iva. Then, of course, the word for is, am, are, we use the same thing, aanu, iva, aanu. Then, of course, bag, of course, we know. And what would be the plural form of bags? Okay, bags. So, in order to make a noun to plural, we use kal sound. Okay, so the noun plus kal. Okay, noun plus kal. So bag plus kal is bagukal. Okay, bagukal. So iva bagukal aanu. So, and here also it will be the same. So those means ava. And of course aanu. And for car, of course it is car. And how do we make the plural form of car? Car plus kal. So karukal. Okay, so it will be karukal. Ava karugal aanu. Iva bagugal aanu. So when you want to make the plural form of a particular noun or a particular thing, you can add this kal sound together with the proper noun. So in today's lesson, we learned about the question words, the demonstrative pronouns, and also some basic examples of those. So you can also practice some examples by using these things. And I hope it was a useful session for you, and we will meet in the next session. Thank you.